get jiggy with it, as the children are saying. Probably about time for that to make a comeback. It's got an error on TikTok, so maybe we're not streaming there. Something wrong with my TikTok? Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh wait, no, it's working now. Local room at 140. Oh man, that's what, 20 ahead of Elitist? The double. Nice. Yeah, I guess TikTok's not going live, so that's strange. I canceled anyway. I guess it's not like TikTok was the most bumping place for me anyway. That is strange. Maybe I've been banned from TikTok live forever. Anyway, today, everyone, welcome in. Welcome to the party. TikTok banned, I get. It still works on my phone. We're going in. So there's a few things that I might do today, depending on how long each individual thing takes. There's tutorials. We did the character guide for Chun-Li, but now I need to learn how to actually play the base game, because there's some stuff that I'm pretty sure does stuff that I didn't mean to click on that. I meant to click and drag. Get out of here. Yeah, like armor effects. There's some stuff in this game that I have not interacted with, such as whatever a cross-up is, or how armor works. There's drive impacts details. I think that's a little painty attack thing. Yeah, the training arc continues. That's right. And yeah, so that's what today's all about. And I found out that in the little battle hub thing, there's a machine that you can interact with. There's a little machine that you can interact with that supposedly creates an opponent based on your level, so you can fight and and it'll like gauge it and try to match you up with a computer opponent that is as good as you are. So I might check that out as well. So let's start from the top. Oh man, we have to be Luke. Classic controls, huh? Movement 1, walking. We're going straight from the beginning, because just in case there's a gap in my knowledge, like what if you can walk in a way that is advantageous, that normal walkers would not understand? You know. All right, we'll let you move. Woo. Okay, awesome. First steps towards becoming a fighter. Oh man. Indeed. Dashing is the double tap. Yep. Well done. Jumping is up. You guys don't need me to read these instructions, right? Yeah, the paragraph about what a jump is. Time to learn how to attack. Normal attack. There are buttons for both punches and kicks. Okay. Right. Enough. Then we got medium. Yep. Yeah, all kinds of walking available. Yeah. There will be no training tomorrow, as it turns out, because during this time tomorrow, it's going to be under maintenance. So if I stream tomorrow, it'll probably be... Maybe I'll try to make some headway on Expedition 33. I can feel the strength in your attacks. Crouch. Oh. 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 Woo! Sweep the legs. Jumping attack. Boom! Those are the basics. Don't forget them. Instead, devote yourself to tempering them. Will do. This is just hold back, right? Crouching and standing block. Hold it in the opposite direction of your enemy, your opponent. Ooh, easy. Look at that. We're gaming now. Then crouching blocks. Block different attacks. I don't feel like I blocked that visually, but okay. Defend against Okay, crouching can't defend against overhead or jumping attacks, but can deal with a lot of other attacks. Good defense starts with crouching blocks. Okay, so if they crouch a lot, we want to jump on top of them. Throws. Easy enough. You think you're about to get thrown? Answer back with a throw escape. Oh, throw escape by pressing X and A. What buttons are those? Is that just the throw buttons again? Oh man, do you have to do it like right on time? Oh, see? See, that's why we're here. First time playing this? No, I'm just going through the tutorial. I haven't played a lot of it. So I'm going through for stuff like that. That is something that I didn't know that you could do. I'm training to fight Dan the Man this weekend. And a good offense starts with knowledge. Well defended. Throws a great close range offense. Next up, let's talk special moves. Assuming you're playing as Luke, Sandblast. That was not the punch button. Oh, that wasn't a blast. There we go. Sandblast is an effective attack to use from a distance. Oh. Is this guy pretty much real? He's got the uppercut and the blast. Does he jump and kick too? Different special moves work better in different situations. Get a feel for each one. Super arts. Okay, this is the bar. This is all specific to Luke, so I'm not gonna pay too much attention here. Kick butt. Don't mind if I do. He missed. Here. I want to see if he can spin. Oh no, it's like a little walk forward thing. His fists are above feet. That's fair. Let me know if the game is very quiet or not. The bar looks like it could be going either way. Oh, brutal. Was a button masher. Whatever gets the job done. It's hard. The 6-bar display here. Oh, the drive gauge. For starters, we'll do the 2 basic uses. Okay, the paint attack. That's the paint attack. It's prepared for it, but it still hurt. Drive impacts can absorb 2 attacks from an opponent. There are some exceptions. 2 attacks, huh? Break a cornered opponent's block. Really? Oh, because it like knocks him against the wall. The opponent's defense just crumbles when you have someone on the defense in the corner. Drive impact is a good option. Okay. Drive parry. This is these 2 buttons. That is the wrong button. Yeah. Yeah, I just Hadouken. Hundreds of Hadoukens. I'm gonna take Dan down. Drive parries are effective against both standing and crouching attacks. And successful drive parry will replenish your drive gauge. Oh, when you're on your heels and don't know what to do, look to your drive parry. While they're powerful, they can't defend against throws. Try them out in a real fight. Okay. Perfect parry is the result of performing a drive parry the moment an opponent's attack hits you. Okay. Oh, it's not going to have me do that. Drive impacts are a powerful tool for any fighter, so when an opponent uses them, there's a good way of dealing with them that you should remember. Use drive parry to defend against drive impact. Okay. If Keeping coordinated a fight, you can bet your bottom dollar that your opponent will try to hit you with a drive impact. That's when you need to predict their attempt and counter. Rick, paper, scissors. It's a good defense, it's a good offense. So you can counter a drive impact with one of your own. The timing is harder than using a drive parry, but it can lead to some big damage. Whoa. Okay. You're in the corner, always be ready to deal with a drive impact. If you sense it coming, you can always try to forward jump out of trouble. The drive impact and drive parry are great uses of the drive gauge, but continuous use will drain the gauge, and if you drain it completely, you'll be unable to use them for a period of time. Hey, I've done that. I've done that. When your drive gauge is empty, you'll enter burnout, and if the opponent hits you with a drive impact while you're cornered, you'll be stunned. Okay, so if they're burned out, that's when we want to drive impact. And he's stunned. Oh wow, that's a mighty stun. It's got the birds and everything. Our fighters in burnout, they can still be stunned even if they block a drive impact. Remember, chasing someone into the corner gives you more chances. Yeah, corners really are just like the place to be, I guess. It sounds like in all cases, according to this tutorial. Or the place to not be, as it were. The gauge at the top of the screen displays your vitality. On the left is 1. Okay, this is easy enough to wrap my head around. When the gauge reaches 0, you're dead. Cool. Noted. The one with the most vitality is the winner. Script called for stars. Fight has a set number of rounds, and whoever reaches the required round victories first is the winner. Makes sense. Am I just fighting him now? What is... Oh, okay. I want to do the thing. Threw him out of the corner because I'm stupid. Hadouken! Throwing sand in people's face. Dirty.
I'm too good.
Good fight. You're aiming for the top. Fighting grounds, you'll find tutorials. Is that not literally where I am right now? This exact minute. Oh, that was just one tutorial? Okay, that was all the basics, I guess. Normal attack strengths. Didn't spam that kick enough. I was trying to get the little charge thing, the overdrive, to work. That way I could spam it even more and faster. We're going to teach you about normal attacks, the fundamentals of combat. We'll start by going over the differences between each attack strength. Nuanced differences. Light, medium, and heavy. Light are quick, heavy are slow, but deal damage, and medium are in the middle. Makes sense. Use nothing but light attacks and you'll have a hard time defeating your opponent. Use nothing but heavy and you'll leave yourself open to counter attacks. To win, it's essential to strike a balance by only using medium attacks. Varying strengths. Light attacks for the speed. Use them to assert yourself at a close range or stop an opponent as they try to make a move. They're effective at interrupting your opponent's attack sequences. We'll do the following sequence: forward dash, crouching medium punch, crouching medium kick, block the crouching punch, and interrupt me with a light attack. That was a little... Why didn't you... What? Oh, that was medium. He wanted a jab. He didn't want a kick. I don't leave you as open. Your opponents are right on the edge of striking distance. There are also short-range medium attacks like the crouching medium punch used by Luke and myself. Many of these can be linked into other moves if done up close, making it difficult for opponents to strike back after blocking. Short range, medium attacks. Finally, heavy. You land these, they deal a lot of damage. If you miss, you're wide open. High risk, high reward. What up, Steven? It's the best time to use heavy attacks is when your opponent leaves an opening, such as when they miss a powerful attack of their own. Let me show you. I'll throw out a large attack and miss on purpose. Use a standing heavy punch to counterattack. Nice. Did that not? Why did the first one not count? Is it because I was holding forward? Nicely timed! You can also use heavy attacks while jumping. Jump attacks are vulnerable in the gap between when the attack ends and when you land. Since this gap is the same across all jump attack strengths, heavy attacks are a good default option. Crouching kicks. Kick attacks used to strike at your opponent's feet are low attacks. Means they can't be blocked standing. Okay. Opponent is about to back away from you at a close range. Do nothing. They'll gain valuable distance. Attack and they'll automatically block it. Let them get away and you'll have a hard time landing throws and dealing damage in general. This is where you want to use a low kick attack. Okay, crouching is heavy kick. Is unique among low attacks in that it will knock your opponent down. If it hits, opening them to attack, you get back up, you'll be left wide open and miss. Okay. Some normal attacks will leave you open to counter attacks should they be blocked. Using these moves at the appropriate distance is essential to ensuring you don't end up at a disadvantage. Here, we'll look at how to properly space your moves. Luke is crouching medium kick at a close range and it's blocked. His opponent can strike back with a fast attack. Something to keep in mind against opponents with fast, long-reaching light attacks. Okay. But what happens if he uses the same attack from a different range? Luke uses the same crouching medium kick, but from a range where only the tip connects, the opponent will have a hard time getting an attack in afterwards, even if they block it. Knowledge. This goes for moves with large openings as well, like heavy attacks. Use them at exactly the right distance so that only the very tip connects to greatly reduce your risk. Experiment and find the best range for each of your moves. Okay. Okay. Just the tip, just for a second. Command inputs and special move strengths. Let's go over how to perform special moves and their different strengths. Special move commands consist of combination of, directions. Use any fist button, but the strength you use will affect the move's properties. First, try out the heavy version. Start by pressing down and slide the direction, Standing attack comes out instead. Either not pressing the diagonal precisely or you're pressing that too late. A second is all you need. Well done. Now let's discuss how Sandblast changes depending on button strength. And it's basically faster but dissipates straight away, farther, slowly, and then between. Rising uppercut. Goes farther and deals more damage depending on which one. Okay. Let's see this. Huh. Where's Lee? This is the tutorial mode, so you have to use this guy with his tiny shoulders and absolutely massive forearms. Makes him look all weird. Inside of you are two wolves. One yearns for chained combos, timed counters, and the other knows the superiority of the primal urge to button mash. Excellent. It's all about getting that live fighting experience now. Okay, how far into the tutorial are we? We're still only 3 deep. We're going through all of these, baby. I need all the knowledge I can get to defeat Dan. The good news, though, is today is going to be the last day of tutorials. At least in-game tutorials, and not just things that I watch online off-stream. These buttons are made for mashing. Read through the typo. I autocorrect typos all the time when I'm reading. Unless I think it's more fun to say it. Combos and cancels. Cancels, that'll be important. He spends all his free time. Hit your opponent and they will become defenseless for a brief period of time. Landing the successive attacks during this period is called the combo. Being able to find openings to land powerful combos on your opponents is just one of the elements that separates good fighters from great ones. In Luke's case, he can turn into a standing medium punch into a 4-hit combo. Which button is Y? Okay. Create a valid combo and the number of hits will be shown on screen. Oh yeah, that's directly behind my light though. From jump attacks, another way of making combos is to land a jump attack on the grounded opponent and immediately perform additional attacks after landing. Jump attacks execute progressively slower with higher attack strength, but landing a heavy attack will have your opponent reeling longer, making it easier to combo from. Okay. The lower you are to the ground when connecting your jump, the easier it'll be to follow up with an additional attack after landing. Perform a combo by landing Luke's heavy attack immediately by triple impact. Triple impact is... Okay. Oops. Oops. Hold up. Man, why is this? It's got like strangely precise timing to do that if you don't just mash it as you go. Which I suppose there's no reason not to. It's just kind of... You have to wait a surprising amount of time between each attack. Full Brad mode. Yes, keep it up. Jump attacks excel at creating opportunities for big damage combos. They're also risky since you can't block in the air, but more than a few comebacks have started from a single well-placed jump attack. You enter the command for a special move right as a normal attack or unique attack hits, you'll go straight into the special move. Think of it as canceling the recovery time of one move as it connects to another. Cancels are essential for creating combos and attack sequences. They're not just for special moves either. You can cancel into drive impacts and super arts too. Luke's standing heavy punch is one of his cancelable moves. When it hits, you can enter a special move command and cancel into it. Okay. There are multiple kinds of cancels. Some you can only cancel into specific special moves. In other cases, you can only cancel into super arts. Don't worry about memorizing everything right away. It takes one step at a time. What are we doing? 4 down. We're almost out of beginner, baby. We're halfway done. We're gonna find out what cross-ups are right now. Normally, when you jump over an opponent and overshoot, your jump attack won't hit. Some attacks are easy to land even after you've passed over your opponent's head, striking them from behind. Those are cross-ups. Oh, okay. For example, Luke's jumping medium kick can hit even after you pass over an opponent. Successfully land a cross-up message will appear on the screen. Medium kick, was it? Yeah. Cross-ups pass over opponents and effectively land effectively attack from behind, so you can't block them the same way you would from the front. Instead, you have to block in the opposite direction. So in a way, it is the exact same. Just you have to turn around. Wait, no. Wait, I have to see that in action. Input forward. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is the same. It's just your character is facing the other direction, technically. Forward and back throws. Throws can be performed forward or backwards by entering a given direction. Oh yeah, this is... So, we do a back throw. Forward. This is the back. Those are the only two. Throw from jump. To land a throw, you need to get close to your opponent. They're not just gonna stand there and wait for you, though. Watch for counterattacks and wait until you're in a favorable position to go in, like after landing a jump attack. There are exceptions depending on the height and move strength, but generally speaking, you get to move first after landing a jump attack, even if your opponent blocks it. Use this moment when you can move, but they can't, to go for a throw. You land a hit on your opponent, there's a brief moment where you can't throw them. As such, if you land a hit and immediately try to throw, you'll grab air instead. Avoid this land the hit, wait a second, and then throw. Oh. I see. Wait too long to throw, however, and you open yourself up to your opponent's counterattack. So be sure to practice and get the timing down. I'll guard your attack, then counterattack. Try landing a jump attack against me. Easy. Throw escapes. We already did this, kinda. You think your opponent is about to throw you, you can perform a throw escape, entering the command for a throw at the same time. Throw escapes will get you out of throws without taking damage, put some distance between you and your opponent, and allow both fighters to move at the same time. You enter a throw escape after you're already being thrown, it's too late. Okay, sure. It's too late. Learn situations where your opponent is likely to go for a throw, and throw escape accordingly. So, you gotta keep that in mind for Zangief. One situation to look out for is when your opponent lands a jump attack, then attempts to throw. I'm gonna use this sequence against you. Let's see. Woo! Power ballad about drafting Dan the Man. Yeah. Throw escapes. Not matches. We're getting out of that. Getting out of that with a throw escape. Remember, your opponent may go for a throw anytime they are close to you, not just after a jump attack. Also, keep in mind that after some characters have throws that are special. Some characters have throws that are special moves. There's no throw escaping those. Okay, so never mind about Zangief. Never seen me play fighting games before? I usually don't. The only ones that I play or put any time into, really, was Soul Calibur 2 on the GameCube. I played a decent amount of Soul Calibur 6. Probably up to 10-ish hours, maybe. and I played some Mortal Kombat for Super Nintendo. And I have played some Street Fighter 2, but not a large amount. This is probably the least out of the ones I played. maybe I played Killer Instinct less. Actually, maybe I played Killer Instinct more. I don't know. What up, Rob? What up, Scump? Yeah, Soul Calibur was my top. Oh, I played some Tekken 2. Tekken 2, too. But that's the only Tekken I've played. On to the next one. So I've got some fighting knowledge, general knowledge from that. Which is why, after 1 week, I will have improved enough to take down Dan the Man this Saturday. At 9 p.m. Eastern. Dan and Busby are going face to face.
Feeling nervous?
Shut up, game. Recovering from knockdowns. Oh, is there a Charmander? Oh man, the whole gang. The whole gang is here. Okay, which one's first? You've gotten everyone on stream. Here's Charmander. Charmander! Okay. We should set you over here. Where's Squirtle? There you are, Squirtle. You gotten Squirtle on stream. Stream. Squirtle. Squirt. I got Bulbasaur on stream. Bulbasaur! I should make a like monster truck rally style intro. This Saturday. There are 2 ways to get up when your opponent knocks you down. If you don't press anything, you'll recover in place. Press 2 or more buttons the instant you get knocked down, and you'll do a backward recovery. Pure happy energy. You wouldn't be saying that if you watched me last week. I'll tell you what. Getting knocked down opens you up to the opponent's offense. So it's almost always a good idea to use a backward recovery to put some distance between you. Be careful though. Use it one too many times and you'll find yourself in the corner. Alright, try a backward recovery when I knock you down. So it's just any 2 buttons? That's another type of pure happiness. Wait, what? What 2 buttons? Oh. Fighting opponents with a lot of reach, it's worth choosing to recover in place. This is important since Dan's a Dulcian man. It's worth choosing to recover in place. While it's true that you'll be opening yourself up to further attacks, the benefit of remaining closer to your opponent may outweigh the risks in certain situations.
Getting cold feet?
You wouldn't stream? Maybe. How many rounds? We were talking about best 2 of 3, but I think we might actually be going best of 5. Alright, drive gauge in depth. So these are just the powered up things. I know how these work. Power it up. Boom, sand in the vase. First to submit to exhaustion. Yeah, it doesn't matter the wins. It matters who passes out first. Impressive. I really felt that one. Drive reversals. You block or drive parry an opponent's. Oh. Let's parry with a forward. You're completely invincible after activating a drive reversal, making it highly effective. You can't KO your opponent with it, though. Oh, and they can recover from it. Interesting. I'm gonna attack you. I want you to either block it or drive parry it. Then use drive reversal to hit me back. Oh, that's the counter attack. That's what I saw happening in Dan's stream, but didn't know how to do. When you're backed into a corner, using a drive reversal to push your opponent away is especially effective. Keep in mind that against a drive impact, you'll need to drive parry in order to activate it. You can perform recovery drive reversal when getting back up from a knockdown. Oh. Worried about nailing the timing? Don't worry, just input and hold the command from when you're down. There's no better way to learn anything than trying it out yourself. Okay. Drive rush. Special dash that can be cancelled into normal attacks or unique attacks while moving you forward. Attacks performed out of a drive rush will have added block recovery and knockback, giving you more advantage on hit and block. Be activated in two different ways. The first is by quickly inputting the forward twice during a parry. It consumes half a block. Oh. Another way is to activate a drive rush from a special move cancelable normal attack. You can do a cancel drive rush by quickly inputting forward twice immediately after your move lands, at the same timing as if you were canceling the move. Though they are powerful, cancel drive rushes consume 3 drive gauge blocks. Be mindful. Luke's standing heavy punch is cancelable normal attack. Throw out a standing heavy punch and quickly input forward twice. Okay. Cancelable normal attack. Standing heavy punch. Forward twice. What? I need to hit him. Oh. Oh, okay. I'm trying to have fun education on trading on stream. Oh, as covered, normal moves need to connect for us to perform cancel drive rushes. Is an exception. Can perform one out of a light attack that misses an opponent. To avoid wasting your gauge, be sure to keep an eye on the distance between you and your opponent. Time your use of this technique well. Finally, I want to see how a drive rush enhances your normal attacks. If Luke uses a crouching medium punch during a drive rush from a specific distance, it will travel farther. Okay, so crouching medium punch during a drive rush from a distance, and then I can triple impact. So that's dash, and then no drive rush, And then go. Oh, the training, yeah. Why did you even jump? I don't like using triple impact. Is that not it? Drive rush. From a specific distance.
Hail to the king, baby.
Maybe that. I want to skip this. I don't. Oh wait. Yeah.
Yosh.
I don't know why we can't do a Mario's Time Machine, Mario's Missing stream. Mario's Time Machine. I never made it very far in that when I played it. I feel like at some point I beat Mario is Missing, but barely remember it. I don't understand. Oh, I'm using light. Oh, wait, that's probably why. Hold up. Okay. Yeah, I was using the wrong punch. I was using light and not medium. There's no like more shameful feeling, I think, than being stuck at a point in a tutorial on a game. He's like, what do you want from me? Let's start by going over how armor works. Armor is an effect that prevents you from reacting to damage from attacks other than throws. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we have to read about history and random guess well enough, yeah. While armor is certainly powerful, it's not invincible. When you use armor to absorb an attack, you'll take recoverable damage, which replenishes over time. You only have a sliver of health left. This kind of damage will still KO you. Okay. All characters have drive impacts, which are armored moves. They have more armor than other moves. They can absorb up to 2 hits. Oh, crap. Some characters have moves with armor other than drive impacts. Luke's Overdrive Avenger is one such example. Overdrive Avenger, huh? Oh, okay. Armor lets you fight back from a defensive position or force a shift in momentum from a neutral situation. If you sense your opponent is about to attack, skillful armor use can turn things around when you need it most. Okay, so we gotta go figure out what Chun-Li's armor abilities are. Right there. Gloves? Are useful but not without its weaknesses. Move with armor has a set number of attacks it can absorb. Oh wait, did I start it over? No. Yeah, armor break message appears for those whose armor was broken. Non-drive impact moves with armor can absorb a single hit. Generally. Keep this in mind. Another weakness to consider is that some moves can break through armor and cause an armor break with a single hit. Using armor against these moves is practically begging for a few bruises. A consistent way to armor break is through super arts. Other than throw super arts, all super arts, regardless of level, which will cause armor break. Not necessarily something that's going to be relevant every match, but it's worth keeping in mind. There are also some characters with armor break special moves. Keep that in mind. Okay. How far are we? Oh, we're on intermediate 1. Okay. I'm gonna take a second. Oh wait, 52 minutes into the stream already. We've been going through these tutorials for so long, man. In that case, we can probably make it through 1 or 2 more before the hourly ad break. Oh yeah, Mario's great. Oh man, can I get some doll seam emotes in chat? So this is how it feels to be playing as Dan's main. Let's do a quick review of drive impacts. If your opponent is in the corner and... Oh wait, no, he's my opponent. If your opponent's in the corner and you hit them with a drive impact, they'll be slammed against the wall and they'll be defenseless, even if they're blocking. If this happens, a crush message will appear. However, there are some situations where this crush state won't occur and your opponent won't take damage even if they block a drive impact in the corner. This occurs if your opponent blocks an attack and then is forced to block a drive impact immediately after with no gap in between. This is a lock state. Think of your opponent as being locked in block recovery. This happens, the lock message appears for the blocking player. It's common for a lock to appear when you immediately drive impact during an attack sequence. Keep this in mind while crafting your offense. Okay. This is Street Fighter. Only Street Fighter. But there is a King of Fighters. There are 2 King of Fighters characters in it. Terry and Mai. I think those are the only licensed characters in this. Why don't we all see him anymore? Is that just because the fireball is more useful for locking people in the corner? Blocking is the backbone of any fighter's defense, but even blocking changes slightly depending on whether you have any drive gauge left. When you have drive gauge stocked up, you'll handily defend against attacks with a drive block. However, if you use up all your drive gauge, you will enter burnout, which means you won't be able to block with the same finesse. Let's talk about what that means. It came out 2 years ago, this game. The 2-year anniversary of it, celebration started yesterday, actually. This did, yeah. I can show you the notification in the on the main screen. We're 2-year anniversary, baby. Time flies. You can think of drive blocking as your standard defense, available as long as you have a drive gauge. You can drive block anything, normal attacks, special moves, and super arts without taking damage. However, after every attack you drive block, you'll drain your drive gauge. And if all you do is block, your drive gauge will be empty before you know it. You have to either move away from your opponent and wait for your drive gauge to recover, or drive parry to build it back up. I'm aware of it like a month ago. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever even seen the first one. I feel like it was the second one that came out for Super Nintendo, and then the 5th one for 20 years in different forms. Because I felt like I kept saying like Street Fighter 5, then Street Fighter 5 Turbo, and then maybe it's not the 5th one. Maybe I'm just thinking of the second one. When you run out of drive gauge and enter burnout, your ability to block weakens. This is a fragile and dangerous state. You block special moves and super arts while in burnout, you'll be unable to shrug them off and will suffer chip damage. As a result, you won't take as much damage as an actual hit, but it could still be enough to KO you. 1987. Hot minute. Hot minute. And that's not all. When you block attacks in this weakened state, you'll have to wait slightly longer before you can move again. Your counter attacks that normally work after blocking might not reach in time. Attacks that once left your opponent vulnerable after you block them will suddenly leave your opponent at an advantage. Needless to say, burnout is something you want to avoid. Yeah, 2 is the only one I really remember. I've seen a bunch of like arcade machines with different ones on them. I couldn't even tell you what 3, 4, and 5 look like. Burnout is something we want to avoid, yeah. You're hit with a drive impact in the corner while in burnout, you'll be stunned, leaving you completely helpless. The one silver lining is that blocking attacks while in burnout will cause your drive gauge to recover more quickly. In burnout, going on the attack is a good way to avoid being put on the defensive, but it might also be wise to prioritize the recovery of your drive gauge. Have one more before the ads show up. Projectiles, this will probably be a quick one. Projectiles are moves like Hadouken. If a move throws a fireball or similar towards your opponent, that is a projectile. They don't fly straight forward and just fly straight forward. Some travel along the ground, some in the air, others at varying angles. Every character with a projectile uses them in different ways, so stay sharp. Take Sandblast, for example. Travels quite far and can shut down your opponent's offense from a considerable distance. Think of it as a long-range tool for controlling space. Projectile clashes. Your opponent... Oh, there's the ad break. Okay, so after this one, I'll just manually start them. Let my brain rest from the reading. Pocket Sand. Luke fights dirty. Your opponent throws a projectile and it clashes with your own. The projectiles will cancel each other out. Let's see what happens when a projectile cancels out. I'll throw a Hadouken, and so use Sandblast to cancel it out.
Hail to the king, baby.
Ooh. As a rule, when 2 projectiles clash, they'll cancel each other out. However, if 2 types of projectiles of different strengths collide, the stronger one will win. Special moves lose to overdrive arts, which lose to super arts. Let's say a special move projectile and an overdrive projectile collide. In this case, the overdrive projectile is much stronger. So it'll blow through the special move. So we learn this concept in early Dragon Ball Z. Sure. In the hang of the projectile hierarchy, you're going to see a lot of projectiles once you're in a real fight. Knowing how to use stronger moves to win these projectile wars is certain to prove useful as you walk the fighter's path. All right, break time. The studying will commence after the ad break, the hourly ad break. Look at this. This one was updated last year. I think that I've heard that the anniversary update comes out on the 5th. And they're going to be updating one of these. So I can't remember what it is, but something's getting nerfed. So let's break, and then we'll come back and continue gaining knowledge to defeat Danwith in just 3 minutes. back. Okay, yeah. Supposed to be a balance patch update, including system mechanics balances. Yeah. Should be interesting. Yo, good evening, Big Wave Dave. Okay, I think I've caught up with chat. This, more mileage out of the same joke. Excellent work. Your job, and you're gonna travel around the world in VR? Nice. Oh, yeah, invincible moves. There's a lot of stuff in this game that I'm gonna have to remember here. Moves allow you to attack or move while negating your opponent's attacks. These are referred to as invincible moves. Invincible moves aren't necessarily effective against every possible attack. For example, Shoryuken and Luke's Rising Uppercut will negate an opponent's jumping attack, allowing us to attack with impunity. Okay. That's an anti-air. Okay. I mean, if the VR gets it done. Modern graphics, you don't got to go nowhere no more. Let's have you experience an anti-air invincibility for yourself. I'm going to come at you with a jump attack. Boom! Blasted right through my jump attack without so much as a scratch. But anti-air invincibility is only effective against jump attacks. If your opponent's on the ground, their attacks will win out. Remember this well. There are also moves that are invincible to an opponent's throws and projectiles. Should you have a hard time, it couldn't hurt to look into what type of invincible moves your opponents have at their disposal. Finally, there are some overdrive special moves and super arts that are completely invincible against all forms of attack. Moves with invincibility against specific types of attacks are used to shut down parts of your opponent's strategy. Fully invincible moves, on the other hand, are best thought of as a way to blow through your opponent's offense and turn the tables completely. Okay, cool. We're in the home stretch now, everyone. We're almost to the tutorial portion of today's stream. Many of your opponents will avoid fighting on the ground instead opting to come at you from the air with jump attacks. That's what I kind of naturally have been doing. So this will be good to keep in mind here. Being able to intercept and neutralize these attacks is essential. We refer to these moves that can be used to beat jump attacks as anti-airs. Anti-air moves vary by character, but as a general rule, it can be defined as any move that has an upward angle. There. Crouching heavy punch is one such example. I'm going to come at you with a jump attack. Crouching heavy. Yeah, the fundamentals. That is the wrong button. Okay, that was bad timing. This time, though. Boom! It's gonna be fine. Oh, but I was too late, I guess. Why is this so hard to time? Oh, there it is. That's right. Fundamentals. It's essentially go over the fundamentals. So, watch. When we face Dan, I'm going to do at least one thing to him. And he's going to be like, what? Because he didn't go through every single tutorial in the game. I'm going to blow his mind with my tech play. Well, getting a feel for how to anti-air your opponents. Each anti-air move has its own quirks when it comes to reach and positioning. But in general, you can't go wrong with recognizing your opponent's jump and executing the move as soon as you can. What up, Sir Optic? How are you doing? Another option is to quickly use jumping light attacks or medium attacks during the rising part of your jump arc. Some characters can also throw in the air. Both are effective air-to-air choices when positioned close. Some characters have special moves meant specifically as anti-airs, like the Rising Uppercut. Anti-air mindfulness. You know a thing about or two about anti-airs, but there's one problem. In real fights, you never know when your opponent is going to jump at you. A successful anti-air strategy includes keeping the possibility of your opponent jumping in mind. Yeah, like an anti-air, that's right. He won't know it hit him. So how do you train yourself to be ever mindful of jumps? When you're started out, focus on distance and positioning. Learn the exact distance where your opponent's forward jump can reach you. Being slightly closer to your opponent than at the start of the round is a solid reference point. At this range, focus solely on watching for your opponent to forward jump. Practice this in real time fights. Once you have the positioning down, think about when your opponent wants to jump. Ask yourself, if I was my opponent, when would I want to jump in? Always. I don't think that there should be any moves ever done on the ground. When your opponent uses projectiles and other moves to keep you at bay, you want to go over them with quick and easy forward jumps, right? Well, so does your opponent. Keep that in mind. Next, use your long reach space control moves from inside and outside their range. You have projectiles, work those in too. From there, pay attention and wait to see if your opponent forward jumps. If they crack under pressure and jump at you, hit them with the anti-air. If you can intercept your opponent when they jump, momentum will be on your side. Likewise, if you fail to anti-air your opponent, they'll get to dictate what happens next. It's a kind of give and take that defines these situations. Still, using moves to control space will help narrow down the possible times and situations where your opponent will jump in, much more so than simply waiting. Beyond that, you'll just have to keep fighting to hone your intuition. Speaking of never wanting to be on the ground, you've been having a blast with Plague of Shadows. Plague Knight is so acrobatic. Plague Knight is? The bottle throwing one? I guess he has a double jump, right? And he throws it like a downward angle. I don't think I beat that one. I played a little bit of that and Scepter, but mostly stopped after Shovel Knight. Okay, how close are we to finished? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, check it out. We're doing the updated version. If Dan did this tutorial 2 years ago, he doesn't know what we're about to learn. A Bit'll Hurt win. All right, the on-screen celebration. Thank you for the 40 bits. I've got a bit alert. Like, but it doesn't go off when you do the on-screen stuff. So, I guess I do need to set something up. Here, let me see if I can play something for you. I think I got stars earlier. Hold up. Did I not? Maybe it was yesterday. What even is time? We'll do this one. Yo, Vinny Tran, thank you for the 40 bits. I appreciate that. Power-ups later that grant float and a weapon that does an uppercut. Ooh. Okay. Updated strats. Traits of level 2 super arts. You can use level 2 super arts by spending 2 bars of SA gauge. Just like special moves, you can cancel into them from certain moves, but there's something that sets them apart. You can cancel into level 2 super arts from overdrive, special moves as well. Okay, cancel into level 2 from overdrive, special moves. Give it a shot. After hitting with overdrive flash knuckle, cancel into eraser. So, oh, right in the stomach so it doesn't leave a bruise. Street Fighter 6 is going well. It's going well. It's pretty fun. We've just been going through this huge tutorial today. But yesterday when I was playing matches, it was good fun. I mean, this is fun enough. Knowledge. Arming yourself with knowledge is always fun. Arming yourself with knowledge gives you a leg up. And that's how you get in their head. This is an excellent way to increase not only combo damage, but opportunities to use overdrive special moves. Experiment with different overdrive special moves and you're bound to make some interesting discoveries. Okay, so cancel from overdrive. You can use level 3 super arts in exchange for 3 bars. Like level 2, you can cancel into them from certain attacks. Normal attacks and uniques. And also cancel into them from normal special moves. It's tough to grasp how meaningful that is from a mere explanation. It's meaningful because when I was trying to do it yesterday, they blocked every single time I tried to do the gauge 3. Canceling into it will be useful. First, use standing heavy punch and cancel it into heavy flash knuckle. Then cancel that into pale rider. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. So big punch. Right after that, you start doing the other one. Hogging it out. Oh wait. Oh wait, never mind. Wait, that wasn't it? I pressed the right buttons. What am I doing wrong? What do you want from me, game? Am I just not doing it fast enough? I was doing a heavy punch. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh, hit that after. Okay. Oh, I see. Why does it have it in the middle of the instructions there? Okay. Crap. Crap. There's like a delay. I can't do it right after I press it because he doesn't actually accept my inputs. Bad. Oh, never mind. I just wasn't doing it fast enough. I was doing it in a position. There it is. Classic controls, yeah. Yeah, I'm all about the classic controls. Okay, getting these combos flow together. Cancel the normal move into a special move. Cancel the special move into your level 3 super art. Worth noting that this combo can be started from one of your standard space controlling normal attacks. By canceling it into a special move and then into a level 3 super art, even stray hits can be converted into serious damage. Okay. From your opponent's perspective, they risk losing a huge amount of vitality in an instant after getting tagged by an unassuming normal move. Getting used to capitalizing on these kinds of situations takes practice. Once you're able to rattle off these combos consistently, though, your opponent is going to be more cautious every time your super art gauge is full. The special move has the same type of input as yours. Like a Sandblast and Pale Rider share, okay? Oh! Wait, really? Okay. So, boom. Gotta be quick. Was that even long enough for him? Oh, I guess it did hit him. Just barely. It was 1 and 2. Be attractive and don't be unattractive. Oh, Fight Club. Right. Use this when you're feeling overwhelmed with inputs and feel like you're not going to have time to do what you want. Okay, that's neat. Reversals. Anytime you can't move from taking damage, blocking, or getting up off the ground, you can enter the command for a move to have it execute as soon as possible. Right. That's reversals. Moves you can perform as reversals are special moves, overdrive arts, and rap parries, etc. Successfully perform a reversal, and a reversal message will appear. Okay. I want you to focus on reversals when you're getting up. After being knocked down, use a fully invincible special like my Shoryuken or Overdrive Rising Uppercut. Okay, let's have you try out reversals right here and now. The timing's not working out for me. I think I'm early, maybe. Oh, there it is. What up, Jamie? Well done. You used a fully invincible move to stop my offense in its tracks. Probably saw the reversal message too, right? I actually didn't, but I believe you that it was there. If you don't have a fully invincible special move, you can do a super art instead. Just remember, if you're using fully invincible move as a reversal and your opponent sees it coming and blocks it, you'll eat a massive counterattack for the trouble. So keep your defense unpredictable. How we doing? Home stretch now. 5 more here, 4 there. Let's discuss a technique known as rapid canceling. You can rapidly press light normal attacks to quickly cancel the move's recovery and make yourself safe. Only light normal attacks can be rapid canceled. Can't use this technique with medium and heavy. Additionally, every character has specific moves they can and can't rapid cancel. He can rapid cancel his crouching attack, but not standing. When learning a new character, it's worth learning which of their light attacks can be rapid canceled. I'm doing well, can't complain. Learning ins and out of Street Fighter. Making use of rapid canceling. Put rapid cancels to the test. As mentioned earlier, Luke's crouching light attack can be rapid canceled. Walk up and hit me with a chain of 3 crouching lights. Okay, so basically... Okay. Right on. So you've got the hang of connecting quick light attacks together. Rapid cancels let you start a swift offense off your quickest attacks. Luke can start his crouching light kick, which hits low to open up his opponent's defenses. From there, he can combo by canceling into a special move with quick startup. Light attacks barely leave an opening for your opponent, making rapid cancels an effective way to attack at close range. Okay. Zangief. When your opponent attempts to throw you, you can get out of it with a throw escape. We went over these before, right? Right. In this lesson, we are going to explore the ways we can avoid throws by jumping, giving you more defensive options. Strikes can knock you out of the start of your jump, making them slightly risky. But depending on the direction of your jump, you can create space or switch positions with your opponent. You can also use jump attacks to go on the offensive. Your opponent chooses to do something other than throw you. Jumping will put you in the air, reducing your overall risk. Blocking while alternating between throw, escapes, and jumps is an effective way to avoid your opponent's throws. Okay. Jumps are even more effective at avoiding special move throws. Special move throws can't be defended against with throw escapes. They're dangerous since they can't be blocked either. However, if they whiff, they leave the user open. Manage to avoid one by jumping. Jumping, you have a great... That was a weird sensual lean forward he did. I don't know what it was about it. That idle Zangief thing. Another way to deal with special moves is throw with a backdash. They're invincible against throws. Right, backdash. Pick whichever movement suits the best. Finally, let's look at how you can go on the offensive after using a jump to avoid a throw. As an example, you can walk up to your opponent, make it look like you're going to throw them so they attempt to throw escape, then vertical jump in front of them instead. Your opponent will be stuck in throw recovery, and you'll get to attack on the way down. This is particularly effective when you have an opponent in the corner. Cool. Attacks that prevent recoveries. Some attacks will knock the opponent down and prevent them from using knockdown recovery. When this happens, hard knockdown... Abracadabra. Hard knockdown will appear for the player who is knocked down. There are several attacks that can cause hard knockdown. Perhaps chief among them is the sweeping, crouching heavy attack that many characters have. Another option shared between all characters: perform a throw as a punish counter and it will become a hard knockdown. The punish counter. Okay. Raising hard knockdown of your own. Very crouching. Down it goes. The throw to cause a punish counter. Okay. Did you notice how that caused a hard knockdown? You can't use recoveries after a hard knockdown, so there's no need to worry about your opponent doing a backward recovery. You have free reign to attack your opponent as they give up. The balls. That won't work against every opponent. Can't take down Chun-Li or Cammy that way. Oh, these aren't the only moves that cause hard knockdowns either. Some characters have special moves and super arts that can cause hard knockdowns. And some have specific moves that cause one-on punish counter. Worth learning which is which. How are we doing? Two more. Enjoying it? It's pretty fun. Coming up with training that will help me defeat Dan this weekend. It's fun. There's a neat machine that tailors your opponent to you that I want to try sometime this stream. Probably go to the training area a little bit after this. Maybe play some story mode and then check out that machine. A counter hit occurs when you hit an opponent before their move comes out. Specifically, it's when you hit an opponent after their move begins to come out, but before it reaches the point where it can actually hit you. When a player lands a counter hit, a message will appear on their side of the screen. Fighting games have been your passion since you were young. I really liked Soul Calibur 2 back in the day. That's the main one that I played. But I played that one a decent amount. How confident are you that I'll beat Dan? 100%. 100%. Hurts just as much? I question that. I don't know about just as much based on reactions I've seen. The counter hit occurs when you hit an opponent before their moves come out. Specifically, it's when you hit an opponent after their move begins to come out, before it reaches the point when it can actually hit you. When a player lands a counter hit message will appear on that side of the screen. Project Soul did? Oh, shoot. Counter hit occurs when you hit an opponent before their move comes out. Specifically, it's when you hit an opponent after their move begins to come out, but before it reaches a point where it can actually hit you. When a player lands a counter hit message will appear on the side of the screen. A counter hit has two benefits. First, the initial counter hit itself deals 20% more damage. Second, opponents on the ground will suffer extra knockback, allowing you to connect more moves together that wouldn't normally combo. We're full of crap at the game, whether it's due to better fundamentals or... What? First, the initial counter hit itself 20% more damage. Second, opponents on the ground will suffer extra knockback, allowing you to connect moves together that wouldn't normally combo. You strike an opponent while they're recovering from an attack, you'll cause a punish counter, which is, as the name implies, a punishing version of a normal counter. Is there anything on the line? Glory, mainly. Trade computers? No, nothing like that. You can cause punish counter by attacking your opponent after their move is able to hit you. But before they're able to act again, when a player lands a punish counter message will appear on their side of the screen. Oh. Yeah, right on. Punish counters deal 20% more damage just like normal counters, but they can also cause even longer knockback. That means you can land even more damaging combos off a punish counter. There's DLC characters that you only get access to in story mode after the main story and some of the side content. In this game, like in the other ones, not the ones you buy. Yeah, I don't really know enough about the fighting game streaming landscape to comment on that. Spam buttons. Punish, yeah. It's also worth remembering that landing punish counters with certain moves can change the way your opponent reacts to a hit, allowing you to get follow-ups in ways that wouldn't normally be possible. Oh, the mentors thing. Right. In the story mode. Yeah, because at first you start with Luke's fighting style, and then I want to say Chun-Li was the one you get after that, but it's been a long time since I played any of that. I don't think I made it. I only got like 2 or 3, I think. See this in practice. I want you to cause an actual punish counter and observe the difference in how opponents react to the hit. I'm going to miss with a special move on purpose, so hit me with standing heavy kick. As I recover to cause a punish counter. I didn't actually take in what it told me to do, so I don't actually know what's supposed to happen. It's punish counter, observe the difference between how opponent reacts to the hit. Hit me with a standing heavy kick as you recover. Okay. Yeah, game looks nice. It's like that. Did you notice the way I got knocked back and the damage I took was different? The damage was different? I didn't notice that. Once you're able to capitalize on your opponent's mistakes with punish counters, they're going to be much more wary of throwing out moves carelessly. For now, just focus on blocking and counterattacking fully invincible moves. Okay. Drive gauge. Drive gauge dictates the flow of a fight. Let's look at it in more detail. Drive gauge drains when you use drive impacts and drive parries, among other moves. It will automatically refill over time, but this recovery pauses for a set period of time. For a set period every time something causes the drive gauge to drain. Okay. The refill speed of the drive gauge is affected by your actions. It refills faster when you're on the ground and when you're in the air after jumping. Most importantly, it refills fastest when you're moving forward. Drive gauge also refills when you land an attack on your opponent. Amount recovered is the same, whether the attack's blocked or not. Sakuma. That's who Dan said his secondary character was after Dhalsim. Is the force B? As a rule, the stronger a normal attack or unique attack is, the more drive gauge it will recover. The amount recovered by special moves varies from move to move. That means landing a string of attacks in a combo is a fantastic opportunity to recover your drive gauge. That said, if you use Drive Rush in the middle of a combo, you'll stop recovering it until the combo ends. Drive Rushes are excellent for dealing extra damage, but you'll want to keep this rule in your mind. Wrong hand symbol. You're not feeling the Vulcan. What does it mean? Prosper and something. Is that live long and prosper? Is that what it is supposed to mean, right? Yeah. Yeah, Akuma's pretty cool looking. He's like huge. You can also recover your gauge by drive parrying attacks, by studying your opponent's moves and attack sequences. Yeah. To drive parry, you'll discover more ways to replenish your gauge. Drive gauge depletion. Spock, yeah. Your boy Nemo. Nimoy. I don't know why I said Nemo. Next, let's look at ways to drain your opponent's drive gauge. Once you understand the basics, it'll be easier to push your opponent into burnout. And from then, the real mind games can begin. And the final frontier. The most basic way to chip at your opponent's drive gauge is by making them block your attacks. Heavy attacks drain more drive gauge than light attacks. Special moves drain different amounts on a per move basis. If your opponent fails to block your attacks, it won't drain the drive gauge. With a few exceptions, specifically landing a punish counter, drive impact, or super art will drain your opponent's drive gauge. Remember this when you're looking for ways to force your opponent into burnout. Terry. I have only played as Terry in Smash a few times. I didn't play with him a lot. You can land punish counters by hitting your opponent while they're recovering from a move. This will deal additional damage, leave them reeling for longer, and chip away from their drive gauge. Amount of drive gauge you can drain varies by move. Generally, large moves that leave you vulnerable are harder to land punish counters with. But drain more drive gauge on hit to make up for it. Right. Simply landing a drive impact with a drain. One block of your opponent's drive gauge. If you use drive impact to land a punish counter, you'll drain 1.5 blocks. Really? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Man, this is taking a lot longer to go through these tutorials. I was thinking this would take like 30 minutes. It's important to counter your opponent's drive impacts with drive impacts of your own. Pull this off and you'll be given a massive opportunity. You'll drain a huge chunk of your opponent's drive gauge and have an opportunity to land a big damage combo. If you're behind it, this is the stuff comebacks are made of. I've been thinking about getting the DLC characters for this. It'll, depending on how like this week goes, because I wasn't sure how much I'd enjoy playing / streaming this. I know that I enjoy it just kind of in a general sense, but when I beat Dan, then I'll get the characters probably once I finish beating him. There's your guy. He's the hair, right? Their fighting cells feel more aggressive. I watched a video. I was watching Dan the Man do his practice. This was yesterday. And he did one ranked match online. And he went up against a Mai. And that Mai was... it was going hard. Oh, fighting styles. Right. Level 1 drains half a block. 2 drains 1 block, and level 3 drains 1.5 blocks. If vitality is low, your level 3 super art becomes a critical art, which drains 2 blocks of gauge on hit. That's why it says CA sometimes. Okay. The best time to land one of these is when your opponent is close to a burnout. If your opponent's drive gauge is low, using super art will put you at an advantage. Okay. I didn't realize that using the drive gauge was melting their squares away. When your drive gauge empties, you'll enter burnout. Also, since there's a bunch of discounts with the characters right now in game, since it just hit the 2-year anniversary. Yeah, he was playing against Maya's Dhalsim, but Akuma is his second favorite. I haven't actually, outside of this one, who I'm not sure if I played against him once, maybe yesterday during story mode. I haven't actually played any other ones with him, so I'm only vaguely familiar with Akuma. Empties, you'll enter burnout. Explained this earlier, but just to reiterate, burnout is truly precarious, in which you can't perform any drive gauge related actions. Also take chip damage and run the risk of being stunned. You'll automatically recover from burnout over time, much like the way your drive gauge recovers, and like your drive gauge, it won't begin recovering immediately. Once you learn how the system works, you'll be better able to battle psychologically with your opponents. Spock scanned the toilet. I think I know the punchline, but I might be thinking of the punchline for another joke. He was looking for the captain's log. Okay, yeah. No, the one I've heard is... what was the setup for it? I don't remember the setup. It's been a long time. Wanted to boldly go where no one had gone before. It's... Why did the Enterprise... fly around the toilet, maybe? I don't remember it being the toilet, but that's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, they were... Oh, that's what it is. What does the toilet paper and the USS Enterprise have in common? That's the one. Both circle your enemies. Looking for Klingons. As with your drive gauge, burnout recovers faster when you're on the ground than when you're airborne. The rules for recovering gauge by landing attacks are the same. That's with your drive gauge. Huh. Okay. Biggest difference with the drive gauge is that blocking attacks will speed up your rate of recovery. During burnout, you're unable to move for a longer period of time after blocking attacks. This means you're more susceptible to than normal offense. Than normal to offense. But if you're able to buckle down and defend against your opponent's onslaught, you'll recover from burnout more quickly. Blast Cannon, Callus tweet since he's always barefoot. And seriously bad breath. The super callous fragile mystic effects by halitosis. Yeah, Friday, maybe Thursday, we'll go hard into learning our Dhalsim counter. Oh, but yeah. Boy, it's stretchy. Now let's take a look at what happens after you recover from a stun. When you're in burnout, getting hit by drive impact in the corner will stun you. You'll be completely helpless, but when you recover from a stun, you'll recover from burnout. People can say to the male Vulcan when she agreed to turn out the lights. With this in mind, yes, but will you still respect me in 7 years? You may not know enough about Star Trek to understand. Oh, when you enter burnout, your top priority should be avoid ending up in the corner. Your opponent hits you with the drive impact while you're in the corner, you'll be stunned. To make matters worse, while in burnout, you'll have precious few ways to avoid drive impacts. Your only options are to jump or use a super art. It's a difficult situation and one you want to avoid. On the other hand, if you put your opponent in burnout, you should go on the attack immediately. You can deal chip damage, threaten stun, and have more damage opportunities than usual. Keep this in mind as you pressure your opponents into the corner. Using special moves to deal chip damage throughout your opponent's defenses and inflicting stun right before they recover from burnout is ideal. Needless to say, once a player is in burnout, fights get quite tense. Understanding how burnout works and using its nuances to your advantage will undoubtedly make you a better fighter. Remember that. That was advanced, right? No, that was the last. Man, that one was long. All right, 4 more, and then we get to play the game. Yeah. I want to be obvious. Haven't made it obvious. Perfect parries occur when you perform a drive parry at the very instant an opponent's attack would hit you. Do this and you'll see through the attack in a moment of supreme focus, allowing you to act before your opponent. Think of it as an improved version of a standard drive parry. Successful perfect parry sharpens your senses, and for a moment it'll be as if time itself has slowed. Yeah, I bet. Imagine it's really hard to time these bad boys. Use this to assess the situation and strike back at your opponent's pre-opening in their attack. For example, if you perfect parry a light attack, you can choose to strike a light attack of your own. Perfect parry a heavy attack, you can either use a medium or heavy. Once you're used to it, you can even start considering punish counters, making the reward for perfect parries. Wait. Oh, I see. So you have to recognize what attack they're doing. Whoa. This was a match. You just have to have a good visual on every single character's light attacks. And if it's not a light attack, smack him. What up, Troy? Explanation up to this point assumes you are perfect parrying strikes, but things are different when using them against projectiles. When you perfect parry a projectile, time doesn't stop. It looks more or less the same as when you perform a standard parry. What's the benefit of perfect parrying a projectile? Normally, when you block or drive parry an opponent's attack, you get pushed back slightly. Perfect parrying negates this. Essentially, the perfect parry makes it easier to close in on opponents who try to keep you out with projectiles. If you miss the timing for a perfect parry, a standard drive parry will come out instead, making it a low-risk option you should put to use against projectiles. Alright, a few practical ways. You can use it in a variety of situations, but the easiest time to use them is when you can see your opponent's moving coming and react accordingly. An example is any powerful move that's slow to execute, but will leave you unable to strike back if you block it. Special moves where your opponent charges forward, or ones that create an advantageous situation at close range are common examples, but the most obvious moves are to try a perfect parry against is a drive impact. Having you try it for yourself will be faster than an explanation. That's bad. Oh, too slow. Oh no! You can do this. Oh baby! There you go, nicely done. One drive impact, perfect parried. Making it riskier for your opponent to throw out low risk moves is a common way to use perfect parries. You're slightly off with your timing, but hold the parry command, you'll get a standard drive parry instead. Keep this in mind, and you'll be able to reduce the risk from a failed perfect parry. And drive every 7 years. They experience a overpowering hormone imbalance known as PON-R. Oh, I see. Death? Shoot. Shoot! Interesting. I didn't know that about Spock. Every 7 years, huh? Up next, move recovery. We're actually going to hit a second ad break during this tutorial, but we're almost done. Stay with me, everyone. We're in the home stretch now. After you use an attack, there's a period of time where you can't act or move. This is referred to as recovery. Recovery is what leaves an opening after you and your opponent use a move. The longer recovery is on a move, the easier it is to land a counterattack. Heavy attacks are a great example. They deal serious damage to your opponent, but have a long recovery to match. Having thorough grasp of reach and recovery of your moves is key to avoid getting hit back if you miss. Kept hitting here. Every move has a recovery period, but blocking a move has recovery as well. This is referred to as, you guessed it, block recovery or block stun. The stronger the move, the longer you'll have to wait before acting. The block recovery of a move is shorter than the attacker's recovery. The blocker will get to act before the attacker. In these situations, the blocker should throw out a fast enough attack to turn the table and try to counter the attack itself. If the block recovery of a move is longer than the attacker's recovery, the attacker will maintain their advantage. How much advantage? That depends on the move, but as a rule, if the defender tries to attack when they're disadvantaged, the attacker can use a fast move to get a counter hit, throw to break the defender's guard, and more. Put simply, you likely don't want to push a button when you're at a disadvantage. Two more. Situational confirms in mid-range positioning and the neutral game. Oh, we're gonna find out what the neutral game is. The commentator, if you turn him on, he's just like, they need to up their neutral game. You learned a lot. You're probably feeling like you're getting the hang of how to use your various moves. Let's go one step further and learn how to use those moves to their fullest. That means being aware of your opponent's actions when you use a move and adjusting your response depending on what comes next. This is what we refer to as confirms. For example, let's say you do a forward jump attack to approach your opponent, connect into a cancelable move after landing, and cancel that into a special move. You ensure this hits and turn it into a combo, you'll be able to deal more damage more consistently. The issue is that almost all special moves leave openings for your opponent. If your opponent blocks all of your attacks up to the special move, you'll be left at a disadvantage and risk getting countered attacked. This is why confirming is vital in battle. For example, visually confirm your forward jump attack was blocked, and instead of going for a normal attack, elect to throw them. Doing this lets you eliminate the risk of your special move being blocked and break your opponent's defense at the same time. Of course, if you can confirm that the first hit connects with your opponent, you can then continue on with the rest of the attack. Okay. Ending with the special move. Remember, adapt to your situation. Confirms come in many forms. Most prevalent are hit confirms and situational confirms. Let's use the previous jump attack example to explain this in more detail. Imagine you do a forward jump attack, but your opponent isn't doing anything. In this situation, it's difficult to know if your attack is going to hit or be blocked. You can visually confirm that your opponent used a large attack on the ground or threw a projectile at the time you started the jump. That changes things. You can anticipate your jump attack is going to hit your opponent during their recovery. From there, you can focus your attention on landing a powerful combo once you connect with your jump attack. Confirm the opponent's situation when you use an attack. It seems like your attack is going to land. Proceed under the assumption, once your attack actually hits. That's what we call a situational confirm. Situational confirms aren't limited to the jump attack situation we just discussed. You'll find them invaluable anytime you're fighting for control of the neutral. They're a key element to improving your overall game, so try keeping them in mind when fighting others. Next, I'm going to teach you about hit confirms. Hit confirms generally come into play during close range engagements. As an example, if you hit an opponent with crouching, light attacks, and cancel into a special move, you'll be able to convert a quick, easy to use normal attack into a powerful combo. But if your opponent blocks your attack, and you still cancel into special moves, the special move you'll be left wide open. Okay. So bang, 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 and he goes for it, and he's wide open, and then he gets kicked. I remember seeing a volcano erupt recently, but I can't remember where. Vulcanized rubber. Nice. In these situations, it's essential that you can only cancel into a special move. When you've confirmed that you hit your opponent with the crouching attack, right? Trick is to treat two crouching attack lights as a sequence. Pay attention, so by the time the second crouching light attack comes out, you're aware of whether the first one hit. If it did, and only then, should you cancel into a special move. Hawaii, that's the one. That's the one that I saw. I think. The trick is to treat the two crouching... Yeah, sequence. Let's have you try it yourself. I'm going to wait here and defend against your attacks at random. Your goal is to hit me with two crouching light attacks. If they hit, combo the second light into an uppercut. Otherwise, stop and try again. Okay, crouching light attacks. Okay. Blocked. Blocked. What? Ah, that was fast enough. You have to do that really fast. The trick is to treat. Great, that was far from easy, but you pulled it off with flying colors. If your opponent blocks your attack, switch gears and try something else. It takes practice, but it's worth it. At first, you're going to have trouble hit confirming light attacks consistently. Some characters can connect medium attacks into normal attacks, which might make it easier to get the hang of hit confirms when you're just starting out. Just remember, practice makes perfect, and hit combos are no exception. All right, so we're going to get hit with the hourly ad break. We've got one more tutorial. So coming up next, after the 3-minute hourly ad break, we will go into the training room, and there's a few specific things I've taken from this that I am going to mess around with there. And then we'll do some regular fights through just story mode. And then possibly go to the little challenge machine thing. Going to be able to talk to each other during the fight? We actually haven't discussed it in that much detail yet. Maybe. Maybe not, though. Maybe we won't, but we'll talk like right after each fight. We can have a Dan and Eric on the fight and how it went. Maybe. How's your fight trash talking practice going? I've been making various comments directed towards his you know, Dan-ness, about his level of being Dan. Anyway, here's an ad break. Be right back. Okay, we're back. So, final one. Final one. The neutral game. Here we're going to discuss the importance of the neutral game. This refers to one of the aspects of positioning, attack, and defense in battle. What we call the neutral game encompasses the battle for positioning at mid-range, with both players moving carefully on the ground to stay just outside of the range of the other player's attacks. The neutral game is comprised primarily of three elements: pokes, counter pokes, and whiff punishes. Let's go over these elements and the role they play in fights. First, pokes. Approaching your opponent and using an attack from a range where you know it will make contact is a poke. Any move you use to poke your opponent is known as just that. Poke. Pokes are the simplest and most fundamental element of the neutral game. Pokes and counter pokes, I miss those days. Pokes serve as powerful deterrent to opponents who move back and forth in an attempt to bait you into missing or whiffing your attacks. In this sense, moves like far-reaching low attacks are particularly well suited as pokes, as they can impose risk upon opponents who are attempting to move backwards. Opponents who become frustrated with dealing with pokes and choose to continuously retreat will eventually find themselves in the corner. Once there, they're at a significant disadvantage. Backing up to adjust their spacing will be off the table. And they'll have a few options for dealing with drive impact. They'll have few options for dealing with drive impacts. Pushing forward and poking your opponent is also simply a good way to apply pressure. Next up are counter pokes. The counter poke only attack when you think your opponent is going to move or attack, knocking them out of whatever action they attempt. The most important thing to remember about counter pokes is that if your opponent doesn't take an action, your attack will likely miss. This means if your prediction is off and you'll leave yourself wide open. As such, it's important to carefully decide which moves to poke with. Medium attacks with long reach and fairly short recovery are generally best suited to counter poking. Okay. Also, since you and your opponent will both be trying to deter each other with similar moves, it's not uncommon for counter pokes to collide. To come out on top in situations like this, it's important to look into which of your moves match up best against your opponents. Buffering special moves. This will then attack and you leave yourself open to some risk, but it's possible to use this to your advantage. Counter poke with a cancelable move, and you can quickly enter a special move command in advance, anticipating it will hit. If your prediction is correct and the move hits, you will cancel into the special move. If you miss, you will do nothing, reducing your risk. Entering special move commands in advance like this is known as buffering. Yeah. Master how to buffer the special moves and your counter pokes will be that much more rewarding. When using Luke's crouching medium as a counter poke, try buffering overdrive flash knuckle. If you enter the command too late, you run the risk of accidentally using a special move when you miss with your attacks, so be careful with your timing. Alright, time to try it out. I'm gonna move back and forth while slowly advancing. So poke, crouch kick, medium kick, while buffering overdrive flash. Oops. Oops. It's been so long since I played, I don't remember the buttons anymore. Oh. What am I doing wrong? Crouch medium. Oh. Oh. A delicate dance. Yes. Sometimes your buffered special move will miss if you counter poke your opponent from too far away. Change up the special move you buffer depending on the situation. Whiff punishes. If counter pokes are the answer to pokes, then whiff punishes are the answer to counter pokes. Simply, whiff punishing is about hitting your opponent with an attack when they miss, or whiff. When going for whiff punishes, try moving back and forth to match your opponent's movement. Do your best to stay just out of reach. Understand the ranges of your opponent's attacks. Make them whiff and then hit them. You need full awareness of your moves and your opponent's, and the ability to quickly react when they whiff. Whiff punishes are arguably the most difficult aspect of the neutral game, and weaving all of this together in an actual fight takes a great deal of practice. Still, mastering whiff punishes is well worth it. Think about it. You'll avoid whiffing with moves of your own, and you'll make your opponent pay for every opening they leave you. Even better, your whiff punishes count as punish counters. Heavy attacks with large openings are one thing, but whiff punishing medium attacks and other moves that recover more quickly is more difficult. Stay just out of range of your opponent's attacks and focus instinctively whiff punishing as soon as you see them move. Let's have you try whiff punishing to get a sense of it. I'm going to whiff crouching medium attack just outside of range. Hit me with a standing medium punch while I'm recovering. And go into snap back combo. There you have it, the whiff punish. Think you've got it down? No. They'll serve you well once you master them, but it won't be easy. They take considerable focus, making it difficult to quickly respond to your opponent's jumps and dashes. As I explained in the lesson on pokes, if your opponent moves toward you and you match their spacing by backing up, you'll soon find yourself in the corner. Don't obsess over landing whiff punishes, take a balanced approach, mixing in pokes and counter pokes as the situation calls for them. Real world neutral. Starting to understand the thought process underpinning the neutral game? Think back on all the things you've done by feel up to this point. How many of them involve elements of pokes, counter pokes, and whiff punishes without you even realizing them? Realizing it, a lot of them, right? These three elements form a triad of sorts, with each having its own strengths and weaknesses when paired against the others. What matters most in the neutral game is thinking about what your opponent is trying to do in any given situation. Do everything you can to elude your opponent while ensuring... My nose is itchy. When ensuring your own strikes land. The entire tutorial is making you giggle like a 13-year-old boy. In real matches, you'll have to consider dashes, jumps, your opponent's projectiles, and more. You must build experience so you can remain calm and collected no matter the situation. There it is, folks. We did it. We're now armed with knowledge, supposing I didn't immediately forget all of it. Okay. So, combo trials. Oh, snap. Wait, is this like... Oh, maybe we'll do this one tomorrow. Okay. These will be pretty important, probably. Should we look at what this last one is? Back just in time. You got it memorized? Okay. Oh no, I'm just looking at this. We're gonna do combo trials tomorrow. Or maybe we can do some of them today. I want to look at all the advanced ones. See what I'm going to be doing to Dan this weekend. The little bar to help you time it. Oh. I don't know what forward strike is. I'm gonna have to. We'll have to get a handle on her abilities later. Counter pokes. Yeah, we've been counter poking all night long. I just want to see them. Cool. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. We'll watch this last one. The longest one. So we've got our two pokes at the beginning of this one. Let's break this down. We got our two pokes, our light kick, light punch. And that's the confirmation period, right? So if we hit him with those two, then we immediately cancel drive rush and go into another light punch. And then we just unload on this dude. Okay. Oops. We'll worry about those later. Maybe we'll learn some of these baby ones real quick. Yeah, Chun-Li is fun. Jumping heavy kick. Crouching heavy kick. Easy enough. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to get a good hang of... Why would the sample button be pressing down the analog for movement? Because it wants you to use the D-pad, that's why. Wait, crouching me. Oh, we're going through this in order. Let me go back to the first one. Okay, hold up. I like Cammy because she's really fast. Oh. Oops. Okay, easy enough. Crouching medium. That's easy enough. But for the sake of the fight, I'm hard committing to Chun-Li this week. Swift thrust, I don't remember what that is. Guess I'm gonna have to look it up. Swift thrust. Okay, just hold forward and medium. There it is. Kikoken, isn't that the shoot thing? Yeah, that doesn't seem like a... That seems way too slow to be a combo. Are you supposed to do that fast? Oh, she's holding backwards while crouching. Oh. Neat. I have to stand up first, though. Man. Man. Beginner tutorial my eye. Why is this? Why is this not working? It's medium, right? Am I pressing the right button? Medium, yeah. I swear I'm getting a bunch of these. But I'm not sure why. Stand up and thrust. What Kikoken it's not happy about. Why aren't you happy about Kikoken? Is it, do you want the heavy Kikoken maybe? Why is it not working? I don't understand. I'm doing it. Oh, you summoned the whole gang? All three? I'm just gonna skip ahead because I feel like this is just as good. Okay, we got Charmander. You got Squirtle on stream. Squirtle. Squirt. You got Bulbasaur on stream. Bulbasaur. Do you really think that Bulbasaur is misspelled? I will. See, why is it? Am I not doing it fast enough, maybe? Oh! I know. I see how it's spelled on the alert. Bulbasaur! There ain't nothing wrong. There is nothing unintentional with how it's spelled on the alert. Okay, Serenity Stream. Forward Strike, which is which one? You? You. Okay. Oh. Holding it long enough, right? What was his Vine Whip? Okay. That's it. Except for it's not it for whatever reason. Ah! I think you're Lotus Fist. Let's see if we get it right first try. I can sit down, girl. Oh, right. I was using kick. That's Lotus Fist. Tensho kicks. That's I think that's, is that Tensho? I don't know if it is. that's 100 lightning. Oh. Oh, baby. Trial Seeker. Oh, does that mean that was the last, No, we're still in beginner. Serenity, Tenku Kick, which is heavy kick. Soaring Eagle Punches, which I don't know what that is. Soaring Eagle Punches, huh? Yeah, that's just 2 heavy punches in a row while jumping. Okay. Getsuga Tencho. The solo bean. Drive Impact. So that thing, and then I don't know what Hake is. This one it's hold back and heavy hit. Yeah, that's her finishing pose. So boom, 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 boom. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go through these like every single day if I'm ever gonna remember them in battle. Oh, Drive Impact. You can change the names to just the buttons. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. There we go. Oh, that's block. No, that's a... Wait. Block? Oh, it is switching to the next one. Okay, so paint attack, then heavy punch, then heavy kick, and then overdrive. Wrong button. Also wrong button. There. So. Boom. Boom. Oh, I pressed the button. Yeah. It seems like unless you're going hard to main someone, it's unnecessary to know what everything's called. Okay, so boom, boom, and I press the button again. Boom. Back to the D-pad. That's my issue. I'm doing that too slow. Oh! Oh man, and then that one. I want to see something. Okay, so I just need to hit it at that green bar. It is like a little timing thing. That was too slow. Man. Oh, there it is. It's not that. No, because it's overdrive. No. Boom, boom, boom. Slow. Alright, you jumped for some reason. DI. Back heavy punch. Oh, drivers. Drive. thing, backward heavy punch, heavy legs. Okay, okay. I cannot get this timing. No, I pressed. I feel like those two buttons. Damn. Okay. Just need that muscle memory to lock in. That's all. Just practice to the end whether I get this thing or not. Damn. Just practice this part. Hold up. Yeah, it's just like that. Crap. And lightning kicks into that. Man. That. You play Chun too? Chun's cool. I've been having fun with her. I never really used her in... I played some Street Fighter 2. I didn't... I mean, it was only enough to play Ryu and Ken, really. Entirely because they had the Hadouken, because I was big into Mega Man. Okay, so boom. Boom. Faster. No! I don't know why I can't get this. Beginner combo my eye. No! That's too slow. Didn't mean to do that. His focus is less on the Hadouken. There, he's got the fire one. That's kind of cool. Man, I don't know why I cannot get the timing down. I'm going too slow most of the time. Oh, finally! Now I just need to be able to do that consistently. We're gonna do just those for now. I feel pretty good about the 2.5 hours of non-stop training mode I've been doing. It's all the beginners, yeah. So tomorrow, not tomorrow, because tomorrow's maintenance. Actually, so not tomorrow. Tomorrow will be something else entirely. See if I can actually apply anything. Got Ryu to master, then got Chun to master after. Nice. Master that's the absolute highest. I don't know much about the rankings in this game. Okay, Chun-Li. Okay, we want full 12. We want normal difficulty for now. You gotta have the play-by-play. Oh, I forgot to do that. I didn't go to training. Oh man, I forgot I was gonna do training. Hold up. Going back out. Sorry, M. Bison. I'll be back for you in like 5 minutes. There's one specific thing I wanted to do in training. today. And that specific thing is essentially try to get a feel for her max range. Let's do E Honda. I see. Put on your fierce face. Master, High Master, Grand Master, Ultimate Master, and Legends for the top 500. Shoot. Oot. So Master was the top though for a while, not anymore. Okay, so I just want to get a handle for ranges on things. Pretty much as close as I could possibly get without hitting him. I don't know if I'm gonna have a good visual cue on this outside of feel. Okay, so this is pretty long. Anything longer than that? That is... Okay, that scooches you forward. That reaches pretty far. She goes backwards after. Huh. This one she keeps going forward, right? Yeah, she's inching. If I'm close, does this scoot me away? Yeah. Okay. Then this thing. You can scooch forward with this one though. Okay, so probably medium distance. The hard hits are longer. Those look like they go about the same. Foot goes a bit farther. Yeah. That's kind of short. Let me try and get really close with this without hitting. So like right there. That'll still hit because the head's further back. Okay. Alright. Understood. Maybe. So these two buttons for here. And then for like medium distance we got the 2 kicks. Actually no, that's pretty short range. So this and this, the 2 lights are probably medium. 2 heavies for far. And then the foot looks further, but the head's further back, so I feel like this isn't that much shorter. As for sitting down, this would hit. This would not hit. Oh, it would hit. That slides forward. What kind of info does it give? Command list. Does it say if something is armored or invincible? No? It does not. You just have to look that up. Frame meter. Oh. Oh. That's how far forward I move and then how far my leg goes. Is that the second one? Okay, so let's see if I was right. This is short. Oh wait, no. Oh, that's length of frame, not how far you go forward, which makes sense. I don't know if I am good enough at this game yet to really capitalize on this frame meter. How do I turn it off? Punish with combo practice. Character specific settings. Sumo Spirit. Oh. Windclad. I see. What if you have Sumo Spirit on? What does that do? The important thing is Dhalsim doesn't have one of these, right? Looks like... I mean, I can't see below Blanca. Switch to Blanca and see if anyone's underneath him. Or let's just switch to Dhalsim. You know, yeah, Dhalsim doesn't have anything special I need to know about. Environment. Vitality gauge? It's just the health bar, right? Virtual controller, huh? Oh. Oh. Okay, we do want that. Wait, this is all information. Oh. Okay, I've got kind of a lot going through my head right now after doing so many tutorials, so maybe tomorrow we'll spend more time in this training mode with all that info to really capitalize on knowledge. Okay, let's just go. Guile.
HP maxed, side quests done, and the skill tree's fully unlocked. Let's get it on.
Hope you're ready.
Okay, so I think we're gonna focus on
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do?
poking. Okay, so what I should have done there is defended the second he did his little paint thing.
You're still in the early going, and it's really
Okay, these are my good poking attacks. So really what I should do is walk up and smack him, and if I smack him once, that means I'm open for a combo. Unfortunately, I do not remember what any of the combos are.
Nice lead is opening up, but that could still be
Okay, so-
overcome with smart drive use. Knockdown.
So kick punch, right? No, punch kick.
Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Yeah, level 3 becomes critical art. Right. I remember reading that.
Immediate jump in. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Grab them. Early round.
Okay, so if he blocks, I should throw.
Set the tone.
And then if he doesn't block, I'll do something
Gotta be
else.
mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Player one will look to apply pressure here.
Oh, man.
Upstairs. One mistake here is all that's needed to finish the round.
Oh!
Kick. Checks with a medium kick. Both of our combatants are cooking up something.
Okay, so,
Jumps.
okay, check it out. We're gonna, I think it's forward and kick for this thing, right? Command, forward kick. For the super art, it's backwards kick. We're gonna poke and then go straight into that if we hit him. That's my game plan. Or no, poke, go into that, and if I'm hitting him, then we go into that.
Peppers them with the lightning kicks. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Both fighters are sees the overhead coming.
Oh.
Both draw super hard. Cool sets up, hits the drive. The net sets up with the jump in.
Oh, why couldn't I do it a single time?
Last round, people. Both
It was backwards and kick, right? Yeah, backwards, and I guess I just messed it up every time. Oh, okay. Back to working on the poke game.
Final round. A super art.
Oh, that lasted a while.
Okay, nice damage. This can lead to some big damage. Peppers them with the light. Ooh, what a smart blow.
It literally just...
Here to avoid that corner. Oh man, this is a scary range. Lightning kicks. SBK hits. Player 2 needs to use their drive moves to have any chance of a comeback. Noticeable life lead. All the throw connects.
Oh.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go. Oh, I poked him. Oh, he dodged it.
Oh, come on, kid. Why would you use the super?
Maybe shut up, commentator.
Opens them right up. That was a fight heard round the world. Yo, pop that.
Slowly work wrap my head around my game plan here.
India.
Why would he use a super?
This isn't about just winning the match.
Judgmental is what this commentator is. Obviously, I was gonna win no matter what. Had to throw it out when I had a chance. Back to poking.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round.
It's a pretty fast poke.
That was a solid
Get down.
Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Player 1 has them legit shook in the corner. Opts for the throw. Well-timed corner switch. Throws up to negate the block. Knockdown. Goes to the overdrive. Life lead is opening up, but that could still be overcome with smart drive use. Life lead opens up. Sees it coming and blocks it up. KO.
Shouldn't have done that.
Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Teleports. That's drilling time. That's the Yoga Inferno Rip. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it?
Walked into that fireball real quick.
But it's still good.
Okay, back to poke game.
Out up close. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Peppers them with the lightning kicks.
Oh.
Knockdown and gets in a Hazanshi.
Oh, did you see that grab deflect? Totally intentional.
All the throws
Okay, when he's floating, I don't know how quickly he can attack, so I feel like giving a good kick,
even the slightest flatline them.
good heavy kick,
Brings it home. Let's see
or a
if they
medium
build
kick, right?
themselves a
That's
streak.
pretty high. You should be pretty open to that, maybe. Yeah, I have it on because I think it's kind of fun and funny sometimes, but sometimes he does make comments like, he really needs to do this. And I'll be like, huh, I never would have thought of that. And then I would have lost.
Jamaica.
They're all fired up.
But I think it's kind of fun still.
Ready? Then
It still has its novelty for me.
Bring the heat. Round 1. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is
Back to
just the
poking.
play-by-play. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent.
Okay, let's try. Let's do the neutral game, which I think is
Tricky territory here.
keeping your distance perfect, right?
Has the life lead. Fires off an overdrive art. Adding that to the mix
I
will
should have
change
been
the
way
way
further for that.
and keep the opponent on their toes.
I just want to hit stuff at max range is what I want to do. Oh,
Bops him with a target call. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. With the life gap opening up. KO! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump
I
at the
didn't
start.
mean to jump there.
Piled up
I accidentally pressed up. We're back.
Rips out a raw super.
Oh no.
Brushes that off and keeps going.
Should have comboed.
Player 1 has the meter lead. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Oh, feints?
Oh, I should have done a jump thing. Okay, it's that
Goes
then.
into the stance.
It's kind of like a.
Serenity Stream. The engagement here will have a huge effect on the rest of the match.
Yeah, there's a combo.
Hanging by a thread. They gotta lean heavily on their drive movement. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive art. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A gas? KO! Player 1 took no time to finish that fight.
Yeah.
China.
They're all fired up. We're almost.
Oh, air conditioning? You don't have any air conditioning right now? Do you have like a fan?
Hope you're not a sore loser.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do?
Let's confirm some hits here. Not confirmed. Should have.
Both fighters are
Thrown.
pretty much unscathed. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. All right.
I gotta get a better poking combo.
Goes for the throw. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Neither of them willing to back off here. Fires off and over, takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. The super armor does its job. Had the radar up and running. Heading into the end game now. Gets
I really don't feel like I pressed the buttons to shoot right there at the end, but apparently I did.
Psychological advantage.
Round 2.
A fan and air conditioning in the living room.
Time for a drink.
Little fan could get the job done.
So they must be thinking of a counter. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Looking for a chance. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Both fighters need to find a way to utilize their drive. A super art?
No.
Level 1, breaking with some serious style. Can they keep on him? What'll happen here? Can this drive bring them back? Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Jumps in. Crowns him from above. Player 2 has, oh my god, they just jumped it up. Life lead is there, but still anyone willing to projectile hits. Fantastic positioning on show during that round. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Brazil.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Then show.
Okay. Gotta keep focusing on the poking and range game.
Here we go.
Okay, this guy's got that annoying roll attack, so I think I want to be a little bit more up in his. He's got grabs though.
Side switch.
So, never mind.
Defensive. Lots of aggression from
Oh.
both sides. Overdrive.
Oh, where's your roll now? All right, he said heavy attacks from above can lead into good combos.
Surprise rush in. A little too greedy there. Well, this super arc starting something with the super. Sees it coming and blocks it out. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Had the radar up and running. Closing moments of the match. What hit's gonna do it? In there! Player 1 picks up
Texas,
the
and
first
it's just
round.
starting to get into the
That'll give them a
90s.
psychological advantage.
I think it's been mid 80s here.
Checking their reaction to the fireball? One did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last
Go on.
round. Can they keep the momentum? Taking stock. This is the range where things get messy.
What?
Can they utilize
What?
their reach or bait each other out? Player 2 has a slight life lead. We have a super art on deck. Expect to see way more pressure here. Jumps up. Backstep rolling attack. Player 2 will look to shot.
Oh no! No!
Anti-air in the clutch. Still slugging it out at this range.
Ugh.
Are we gonna knock down? Here comes the mix-up.
That was a hard knockdown.
Hanging on for dear life. Willing to risk it for the overdrive.
No!
Takes in the throw. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc. Brings out
Blanca
a
thinks he's so hot.
cute and makes people going on the offensive. Taking chunks out of each other here. Stop. Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. Catches them out. Blanca-chan's here to play. Jumps. Jumps. Goes off beat with the aerial rolling. Dangerous range here. Unleashing the beast and ready to play mix-up. Player 1 needs to take... Oh, block twist.
I can't get her special to work. There it goes. Now that I'm nowhere near him.
Absolutely
Why couldn't I do it the last 5 attempts that I tried?
so heavy. What will be the follow-up here? Hugs nothing but air. No super art on deck. No life left.
Dude, why can I not do the stupid moves that I want to do? Oh! Oh!
Player 1 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
USA.
HP maxed, side quests done, and the skill tree's fully unlocked. Let's get it on.
You call, I answer.
Round 1.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. They're not gonna allow any jump-ins.
Okay. She seems like she's jumping a bit more, so I want to be ready
They read their
with my
opponent.
anti-airs.
Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even
That was the
charge
wrong
in?
button.
Tricky territory here. Knockdown. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Snares them. Projectile to try and change the situation. Gets the jump in. Player 2 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few press gets him. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2.
Jump. Oh,
Tries to catch him
nope.
up with the arc
The
snap.
rush, I wasn't ready for that.
Both your hands a little bit. Goes for the super art. Hits them with a stop and block. Player 2 chases them down. Side switch in the corner. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Big throws. A quick breather. You gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Gets out of there with a backdash. Sprints in from upstairs. Dashes forward. Can this drive bring them back? Goes out of sight. They're going for the super art. Serving them a severe beatdown and sends the bar on up to closer. KO. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Yo. Oh, there's already another ad break coming up. Maybe I'll start it now. And then we can finish this up. This is what? We're halfway done.
Mexico.
Maybe I'll start it now. Go to the bathroom.
This is gonna be a
And we'll
fun
finish this up in 3
Get
minutes.
ready for history to be made.
And show me.
It's Lily's birthday today. The nature-loving Mexican warrior is a member of the Thunderfoot tribe, headed by none other than T-Hawk. She made...
All right. Hourly ad break. I'll be back in just a minute. Good luck. Make yourself a sandwich, have fun, etc. All right, I'm back, but there's still a minute of ads. So we're gonna hang out. Sup, nerds? How about that, you know, recent Night Rain game that just came out? Fun facts. Did you know that a botfly can lay eggs in a millisecond? So if one lands on you and you smack it right away, there's still a good chance that you're too late. What else? Did you know that you can tell the difference between a male and a female Pikachu by the shape of its tail? All right, what else for the trivia power hour? Did you know? You were doom scrolling. Okay. Doom scrolling led you to tacos. That's fair. All right, we're back. Let's go. Okay, what are we doing? We're poking. We're trying to get a feel for range
Not much damage dealt so far, but they
of each attacks.
opening to run with.
What?
Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Puts one in the pocket.
Oh man, I got the poke and I confirmed it, but I didn't think of the next attack fast enough.
All right, this is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Not shy with the grab. Knockdown. Life lead opens
Level
up.
5 computers aren't going very well for my poking game.
Tomahawk buster.
Okay, we gotta...
Next hit will end the round. Get
No!
player
The
2
best
picks
pickup
up the
line in
goal
a
as
gay
part of the
bar?
first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Medium kick hits. Well-timed corner switch. Did well to get the buff in there. Checks them with the projectile. Both fighters planning something?
She's got wings. She's got 2 wings.
Peppers them with the lightning kick. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep.
Oh! But I was overdriven.
Is barely hanging in there, but can still mount a huge KO. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Fight. Round. Fight.
Opens with a jump in. Thunderbolt charges forward. Low heavy. Poke overhead attack. A super art. Up for the freezing hawk. And the super art. They gotta keep pushing. Tomahawk Buster to shut him down. Dangerous range here. This can lead to some big damage. Raw super art incoming.
Oh, baby.
Spends it all on the
That was calculated and totally intentional, and I knew that it was gonna hit. Trust me.
They put Fuse as their drive gauge. Willing to risk it for the overdrive. Pays off.
Bang.
Get that bank account ready because that fight was easy money.
I mean, if you're an admin of Twitch, then probably. You're like a full-on Twitch admin.
USA.
Mods just have power
They're all fired up.
to oppress when they're in the mood and when they happen to be here.
Time for a beatdown. Round one.
I think there are some streamers, if they've got like thousands of people in chat,
Going to happen.
there are some that will hook their admins up or their mods up.
There's a corner switch.
It's like
Battle of Egos
if they're
on
so
display
big that there has to be constant moderation,
from up
then I think
above.
some do.
Uncomfortable space.
Yeah, she does it for the power.
They clip each other on the edge.
And once you get to level 5 CPU, I feel like one cannot live by poking alone.
Hits with the overhead.
I totally meant to do that.
Is almost dead, but some plus they couldn't shake the projectile. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round two. Fight.
Yeah, if it's like to the point where the mods are like they have to be there.
Jump. Round away. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Raises with power.
Oh, your stupid ground
Big
attack.
opportunity coming. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. They gotta press here to take advantage of this drive down. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive art. Player 1 holding on to that corner
All right.
advantage.
Level 5 computers.
Life lead. Is a comeback still possible? This is gonna hurt. Player 2 gets them with a quick low. Player 1 brings it home.
They don't react when you whiff that much. So you can throw out attacks still okay.
Japan.
It's time to see what both fighters have in store for us today.
Ready? Then show me.
I'm number one. Round one.
Catching the bot avalanche.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Very
Oh.
nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. A dangerous range.
Oh man,
You
I
don't
keep doing
want
the
to
wrong
jump
kick for
on a
that.
long recovery move.
Pretty sure the
Ready
long
comes
kick
again.
is
Player 2 pushes the opponent into the
this
corner.
button.
Goes for the surprise rush in. Goes to the overdrive. Taking stock. Uses the parry. Great work finding the opening. Did well to get the buff in there.
Should have anti-aired instead of jumped.
It's a big get.
No!
Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round two. Fight.
Are we going to see some fireworks here?
Okay. Back to
Overhead
poking.
connects. Peppers them with the lightning kicks. Player 1 can build off this lead.
There's so many times where I'm just like standing there staring and I'm not sure who has an attack like that dash like Blanca. And they just launch themselves at me and I'm not ready.
The overhead's good. Butt smash.
Oh.
What'll happen here? Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with the meter advantage. Watching each other carefully. Who will make the first move? Big time whip. Overhead attack. A bulldozer levels them. A
Whew.
heavy fireball gives them the round. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight.
Uses their drive gauge. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here?
Oh, wrong button.
Picks up the counter. Hugs nothing but air.
I want to get him to jump again
Which fighter will control the
and kick
pace of
him.
the match early on? Big man's coming for you. Drops them from the air. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Adds a bit of OD spice to it. Player 1 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Rushes in. Sends them flying.
Oh,
Now. Sets up with the jump in. Neko Damashi. Fights back and eats.
I can't get that to work. I tried like 5 times.
Didn't hesitate going for the kill with that super.
I think what I'm doing,
With that super finish. Player 1.
I think I can understand why it wasn't going.
No short.
It's hard to describe. There's a certain sloppiness to how I was maneuvering my D pad.
China.
I wonder if I wasn't going all the way back to down.
About to get it going.
Ready? Then show me. Time to erase you.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? This is a good range
Oh.
to test the opponent's reaction to
Okay.
fireballs. Throws him down.
Throw.
Plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? The throw hits. Now the fun begins.
Oh.
This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation.
Oh, your stupid poison bubble.
Throws them to negate the block. Goes in on the impact for nothing. Gets the jump in. Whiffs the throw. Fires off a nightshade pulse. Taking stock. Orchid spring to create some space. They're going for the super art. Deadly implication hit. Good choice to net some damage and poison them as well. Player 1 needs to hold out until they're dry.
Oh.
Closes with the throw. Hitting them with the smart stuff. Player 2 with a good start to the fight. But can they keep it up?
The Fang.
Hits the drive. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Tries to mitigate their movement with Orchid
Oh, that's
Spring.
up. I keep wanting to
Player 1
do the one that's forward because for whatever reason in my head, this
This
one,
is the range where things get messy.
if I could ever actually attack, that one, it feels like it would be the heavy attack, but it's not.
A quick breather. Extending that drive gauge. Wow, that throw did some juicy damage. Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. Willing to risk it for the overdrive. Jump! Sets up with the jump in. The super does hit. The drive kick. They're going for the super art. Both of them back off. They may be preparing for the final exchange. Looking to shred the front line zone. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight.
Big step connects with the
Okay. I feel like she might have learned that I've been kicking it off with that thing.
pressuring with cool fate. Nightshade Pulse comes out to tries to make something
That
happen.
dive.
Overdrive art. This is gonna hurt.
Diving through my overdrive blast.
What's next? Forward rush. He pops the painted talent and Aki's going hunting. Looking to shred something. Dangerous range here. Vintage. This can lead to some big damage. Oh, yo! Rock super hit. The knock up into the bubble barrage. It's deadly implication. Ooh, the drive impact hits for a punish.
Man.
I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one.
We give it another go.
Still fight. Ready? Then show me. Time to erase you.
All right, first round. What's going to
She
happen?
hasn't learned yet. No, I can't start any of the future ones.
Shows the overhead. The drive impact nets them a sweet punishment. Taking stock. Player 1 chases them down. Throws.
Oh.
What's next? With the life gap opening up.
What?
they
Oh,
need
because
to
I
lean hard
need to
on their
wait a
drive.
little bit.
In a dire situation. KO. Player 1 takes the round.
That's a lot of Monopoly Go.
What else can they get away with?
Oh, she didn't jump that time. I could have hit her again.
Blocks the low heavy. Goes for the super art. Deadly implication hit.
I should have held back. I wanted to see if I could weak hit her out of that.
Creates an opening with a low heavy. Player 1 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. Fires off a Nightshade pulse. Looking for a chance. A quick breather. The life remaining tells us we're halfway through this match. Big throws. Side switch in the corner. Sets up with the jump in. Player throws them.
Dude!
Block with a throw. This can lead to some big damage. Oh
I didn't mean to go down
my
like
God,
that.
what's gonna happen? Leon tries to make something happen with an overdrive art.
Worth.
Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Unknown.
She's a snake lady? Aki is?
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Then show me.
Hope you'll put up a fight. Round 1.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Can they use the corner to mount a comeback? Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Knockdown. Hold your breath.
Oh, he countered.
Player 1 with the life lead. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here.
Sweep.
With the life
Wait, what's
gap
the sweep?
opening
That's the
up,
sweep.
They need to lean hard on their drive use. Next hit will end the round. Takes a big gamble and rips perfect read to get the finish with the low attack. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
After all, that's fair.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting. to
She's a lot harder to fight than at least this guy was.
Gets the jump in.
Man, I don't have quick enough reflexes to or not reflexes. I don't have the muscle memory to get them when they jump with the upper kick thing.
Player 2 will look to apply pressure. Hits them with a stop and pop. Both fighters planning something? Low heavy. Are we gonna see a comeback here? They're going for the super art?
No.
Bringing a flurry of pain right to their doorstep.
Just go for it. Why not?
Player 2
No.
drive gauge, but is on the brink of death. Flatline zone. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Oh, last one.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Ready? Then show me.
Simple and clean. Round 1.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Tries to bait him with the projectile.
This guy jumps a lot,
Pushes the opponent
so maybe I
into
can
the
get some good like.
corner. Tons of drive and help to work with. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're going to eat tons of damage. The grab misses.
This guy's got a lot of like small hit attacks.
Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around and goes for the super art. All right, what's coming up next? Lays down a low K.
No.
Player 2 on the board first with the
Looks
win.
like you.
They want to
Nice.
keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Fires off a whirlwind.
My hub character
This round is so important. You can feel
is inspired by like
Somehow pushes
a
back all the
porcelain
way to center
doll thing.
stage. Things are slow
After I
going
beat
right
this
now.
guy or lose against him,
Speed things up soon.
then I'll
Player two
go into the
will
battle
want to
hub
take advantage of their
and you'll
immunity
see.
while they have it. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Jumps up, a quick breather. Jumps in, lays down a whirlwind. So, what's next? That's a counter. Starts a push with Arabian Silver. Sends the meter, hoping for a good return. Sends them all the way to the corner in one go. Put the exclamation point on that. They're going for the super art? Yo, kicking off their facial features with the Hayokusen. Only a little bit of this can lead to some big...
Dude!
Player two is a
He cheated, obviously. You all know it's true. We'll come back to this tomorrow.
Best wasn't enough.
He's the last guy, but I want to see the little thingy that I've been talking about this whole stream. Yeah, so there's a thing in the battle hub. Yeah, she is. She's a living doll. Rashided. Absolutely glorious. Look at the blank eyes and the sad face, like the little mask. Little theater masks. I also don't have any clothing that works for her, so she's just wearing like regular underwear right now. That creature scares you.
Hello.
All right. V-Rival. Battle that mimics a player's playstyle. A special player's playstyle.
You got it.
Oh.
Leave it to me.
Battle your own mimics your playstyle? Okay, I have to create my V-Rival. Do you think that Dan and I could both create V-Rivals and... like on Friday train against them? So it feels like we're fighting each other? Oh.
Leave it to me.
Wait, how does this work? Random. To battle your own, you have to create, right? I want to create a Chun-Li. It'll be classic. And now, why are those locked? Oh, because I haven't fought any matches at all. Oh, okay.
Understood.
How hard is this thing? Does it have a level? Am I going to die? It's a master. I don't know what what these weight on various sides means. What do I do? Oh.
Rootin' for ya.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be
All
exciting.
right, rookie.
Ready? Then show me.
Let me have some fun.
Round one.
All right, first round. What's going to happen?
Oh man. Okay. I kind of I had the inclination to press the paint button. I wasn't quick enough because I'm not used to it, but it's getting there.
Situation for a throw.
I didn't mean to do that.
Jump in, finds the mark. Backs them into the corner.
Oh,
All right. They throw them
I've forgotten how to play Chun-Li already.
to keep the pressure on and
This is what I get for taking time to go into a menu.
Will they hit? Whip?
What is going on? Are these... None of those should have been kick.
Tricky territory here. All right, what's coming up next? Time
That
to
is a
side
kick.
control, which will let 'em go on
I need
the
this guy
attack.
to get away from me because my controls are not working correctly. Oh, it's modern controls. What?
Want to give it a go?
How do I not do that? Ugh. Ugh. What does wait on two players side mean, I wonder? Okay. I'm training this for Dan.
Rooting for ya.
You don't even see Dan practicing. He's played 2 different times. He played earlier today and yesterday. He's not practicing as hard though because he's played Street Fighter way more than me.
Let me have some fun.
Round 1.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Side switch. Now they're on the defensive. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Well, they
Didn't mean to
managed
jump.
to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Gets a chance at that jump in. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. All right, what's coming up next?
Rookie, why does this guy know all the combos?
Is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Medium kick. Closing moments of the match. One hit sends a bar on up to Kosho. A quick breather. Gets tagged by the fireball. Player 1 takes the round.
Yeah, he'll probably play more as it gets closer.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
Throw missed. Will that drive impact to get punished? Hits him with a stop and drop. Goes, ooh, lands a rising uppercut. The throw whiffs. Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Sets up with the jump in. Jumps? What are they gonna do? Willing to risk it for the overdrive. Sends a bar on up to Kosho. Just go for burnout, but then closes it out.
Woo.
Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
I could fight that guy again. Fight another one, leave.
So, how was the V-Rival? You can fight against the V-Rival anytime. You wanna practice something specific? We can do that. You just wanna zone out and have fun? We can do that too. Just come on over and I'll get you started.
There's got to be a Dragon Ball Z or just general anime equivalent to this training. It's not quite the hyperbolic time chamber because it's got the robot. Okay, I got that thing, a little bear. I got this.
Congrats!
So what other awards can I get? Yeah, plus, I don't think cornering Dan would really be an option because he can just teleport to the other side of me with Dalsim. Dalsim. How many battles do you think I need to do this? Aw. Matches currently logged is still 0? Wait, what? Oh, required matches is 10. Yeah, there it is. But also my logged is still 0? Where do I log my matches?
You got it.
Should I get absolutely destroyed by this here master robot? With apparently only Ken? Or her, who I have never played and just know looks like Brawly. And that's it. Alright, well, it's time to spam the... I'll just wait on player 2 side main.
Go for it.
Needs to be real opponents? Oh, they aren't real oh, like just in ranked? Okay, so it's not... Or not... Or ranked or unranked, but not the V ones.
Gotta do this. Come on.
My pleasure.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do?
Okay, you're pretty much the same as... No. Okay.
Hold your breath.
Oh, no!
Very bad choice.
Stop! Shut up, commentator. Very bad choices. I'm not making choices. There's not enough time.
Up while they can. Takes a trip. With KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Hot dog.
Steps back to start things off. Everything up
I think I can do a fire one.
from here on out is so vital.
Alright.
Uses
Up
the
your poking
drive
game.
here to steal experiencing burnout.
I have done like no damage.
Drives off the table. One fighter's
No,
drive
get
range is
away.
Just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball. Knockdown! Here comes the mix-up. Charges forward. Player 1 is picked. They were waiting for it. This is a complete.
I don't know why this is
They
working.
can't escape.
No! No!
Player 2.
All
brings it
right.
home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Snuck in a throw, huh? Don't let him back you into a corner. Try jumping out or something next time. That's interesting that it gives you feedback. We're gonna not rematch that right now, though. Night, Big Wave Dave. All right, now that I know how this works a little bit more, so I have to do 10 matches. I'll do that tomorrow, probably. Has to be ranked, casual, custom room, or battle hub. Okay.
Thanks for coming.
Because it's getting late-ish here. Let's, creepy. Oh, I need to find fashion for her, though. Because, like, the only thing you got is kind of extravagant, like, street-style pants, which looks weird on the metallic. I don't know. We'll find something. If I'm playing more Street Fighter, we'll find something. So, thanks for hanging out. We're gonna end here. And like I said, unless I stream earlier tomorrow, I guess I could. Because I think maintenance starts at 8 p.m. my time. I guess I could literally just stream earlier and train. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. We'll see if I'm in the mood. If not, then I'll stream another game later. So, yeah, let's raid. And then, so, yeah. I'll come up with like a list of how I'm going to progress further, because obviously combos next time. Let's raid one. People. And something fun. We'll do battery required, I think. He's on a mission to beat every single NES game, is what his game plan is. And he's playing something called Strider. I don't know what that is. On Twitch. We won't raid. Well, I mean, I can check to see if Thumb Tacos is on. No, if Thumb Tacos is on, he's usually on Twitch too. So we're just going to end everywhere. Take care, everyone.
Fuck you guys. And this is licensed games. It's so fucking irritating. How the fuck are we gonna do it if you can't fucking do it?
Looks like
Come on, man.
let the good times roll.
Oh my god.